Alright, so welcome to Let's Read Night. Our February topic is reading aloud. So we have some common myths about reading aloud. One is that when my child is old enough to read by themselves, they don't need me to read out loud to them anymore. This is simply not true. Children of all ages benefit from being read aloud to, and it can really help them get ready for the next level of reading. And myth 2 is that if we read out loud to our children, we're hurting them, not helping them. This is also simply not true. Reading aloud is beneficial for them. Obviously, we don't want to take away that independent reading time, but we want that balance. We also want you reading with them and reading to them. It's important to read to kids of all ages. Reading aloud presents books as sources of valuable and exciting experiences. Your attitude towards reading time and spending time with books is going to eventually be imitated by your child. So when you're excited, they're excited. Reading aloud also gives them that background knowledge that we spent a few months talking about. Getting them that knowledge that they need to read other books and to learn from books, to grow their vocabularies. Reading aloud lets parents and teachers be role models for reading. So not just being excited about reading, but also teaching them what we should look and sound like when we're reading. And reading aloud can introduce books and types of literature that they might not discover on their own. So students might start to favor one kind of book, and then they kind of get stuck there. So when you're reading aloud, you can pick different stories, and that'll help them get exposure to other kinds of text. You need to make reading aloud fun and engaging. So change your voice for different characters. Change the tone of your voice to fit the mood. If it's scary, make your voice sound scary. Or if it's sad, make your voice sound sad. Students will start to read in their head the way you read to them, and they'll enjoy books more because they've heard what everything should sound and feel like. It's almost like you make it as though they're going to the movies. And then this is how we want them to feel when they're reading in their head. We want it to be engaging and exciting. This reading aloud can help build reading stamina. So read as long as your children are willing to listen. Each time you read, try to read a little bit longer. So every time you do this, you're building that stamina, and it's eventually going to carry over into their independent reading time. And then obviously engage them. Reading is more than just reading words. We want you to be asking questions while they're reading. Make sure their brain is involved in that reading process. They might read beautifully and read all the words on the page, but if they're not understanding what's happening, that could be difficult. We want to make time for read aloud. So we always ask this question, when do I have time to read aloud to my kids? So instead of bringing a device to play on while waiting at the doctor's, bring a book to read together, or you can use the device to listen to a good book or read online. They're never too old for a bedtime story. If they're willing to let you read to them, try to keep this going as long as possible. At sports tournaments or any time at sporting events, read that book together instead of playing games on the device. Some resources, we've got capstone books. We do have a handout on directions. If you were not able to attend this session in person and you would like any of these resources, please get in contact with me. These are resources available through the school, the capstone books, and then we also have audiobooks at the Bearsville Library. And I have a handout on what's available through the library. And then we also have audiobooks, and this is a resource that you have to pay for. But it's awesome, and once you get books into your library, they're a part of your child's library, and they can just sit and listen to them whenever they would like. And it's a really great resource. My son uses it and absolutely loves to listen to the books that he has. There you see the link to our One District, One Book blog. This came home in the packet that went home with our children. The reason that our topic this month is Read Aloud is because we are doing the One District, One Book event. We are reading Stuart Little, and this is the website that you can go and visit if you have any questions about what you're supposed to be reading. If you lose your reading calendar, you can simply print it right from this website. So please use this as a resource if needed. This would be the time when we had students read with the kids. I hope that you are reading Stuart Little at home. If you have any questions, or if there's any way that I can support you in ways that you can make this exciting at home, please let me know. And as always, I appreciate you viewing the video. I appreciate you coming in, and I hope that I can support you as we help your children become as successful as they can in learning how to be a great reader. Thank you.